Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another amazing episode. And in today's video, as I'm doing this video, today is on Monday, and of course, this is when the market, of course, gets to open. And I want us to get to go through some of my analysis for the week for different pairs that I'm looking forward, of course, and of course, I'm looking for opportunity this new week. So I want us to get to go through some of the analysis. If you get to look around here, this is the area whereby I have the pairs that I'm looking at. Of course, I'm watching them closely. So I want us to get to look into some of the analysis that I did that is over the weekend. And of course, we get to look at how the market is playing right now. So right now, of course, it's London session, which is ongoing. So let's just go ahead and get to look into that. And of course, guys, if it's your first time coming across my videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, which is just below here, as well as turn on the notification bell. So, guys, for me, I'm usually a day trader. Sometimes I do swing trading, depending on what the market is giving, what kind of opportunity the market is giving me. So, once in a while, you will be seeing. Sometimes I go to lower time frame, but generally, I'm a swing trader. So my entries, they're usually either 1 hour or 30 minutes. So to start with, it's important that guys, I get to let you know. I usually have this rule, and this is something that I just learned the other day, whereby I have this rule. Whenever I get to break any of my rule before taking any trade, or like in case I get to alter my trading style, I usually punish myself by not taking supper for that day. This one has really helped me to stay disciplined, and of course to pay attention when it comes to this market. So what we're looking at right now, this is Gbp USD. Let me first of all go ahead. I get to hide the analysis. So let me just go ahead. We are looking at Gbp USD. That's our first pair that we'll be looking at. And of course, if you get to start with the weekly time frame, we get to look at how the market, of course, closed last week. So I'll just go ahead and get let me just go ahead and get to just go ahead and get to log out. This is a demo which was being used to do some back testing over there. So this is the weekly time frame. So if you get to look at how the weekly time frame for last week, how the candlestick closed, you can see, like, for sure we are in a higher, that is, we are in an uptrend. Of course, you can see the market hasn't really created a new lower low, because over here, if the market broke to this point and of course kept going downwards, that's when we could have be looking for, let me just do some quick line. So if I get to put this on aside, you can see the market hasn't made any new lower lows. So generally the market on weekly time frame, we are looking for an uptrend or more buying opportunities. But here's the catch. Let me first of all go ahead and get to hide the analysis. So you can see the candlestick formation. So we have this bullish engulfing candle. We also have this also fat, of course, Marubozu candle. So if we go back to the daily time frame, so you can see the same case is happening. You can see the market has the market, of course, in a daily time frame, the market had made a new lower low. But what we're waiting to see is whether the market is going to break these previous new lower high. And of course, we get to anticipate, because the weekly time frame is really pushing us to the upper direction. So we are really waiting to see whether the market is going to break at this point, and of course keep going up. But in case it fails to do so, we'll be looking for new more of selling opportunities once the market has broken down here, and of course retested, and of course keep going down. So that's one of the analysis that I'm sure you'll be seeing, especially this is at daily time frame. If I go to the 4 hours, we get to have more of the information at that is at 4 hours time frame. We get to see more of the information. So you can see over here we have a zone somewhere here. So we have a zone over here, and of course we are waiting for this market to break above here, and of course retest and keep going up. So this is what I want to show you. So you can see these are my analysis, and this is exactly what I'm waiting for. So I'm waiting for the market, of course, to break to this point. Let me just delete this big zone over there. So what I'm waiting for, of course, is this market to break here, and of course retest. We also have the psychological level, which is you can see that 6000. These are very, very important aspect for you to understand. We have this psychological level over here, and of course from there, if the market gets to break on the upper side and of course retest on the upper side, we'll be looking more of buying opportunity. So the other important thing, guys, is just in case the market, of course, shows some change of that is change of market structure, we get to see the market break this point, and of course comes to this lower side. For that case, we'll be looking more of selling opportunities, but we have to really be patient to see how exactly these things get to play out. And of course, you can see these are very, very strong area to consider, of course. And of course, another thing, we also have another psychological level over here. We have the psychological level over here. So we also need to make sure that the market breaks to the lower side and of course retest and keeps. And of course, we anticipate the market to keep going down if it gets to create a new lower low. But you can see at 4 hours time frame, the market, of course, is about 1 hour 20 minutes left, and as I'm doing this video, it's around 10:39. So it's literally London session, so we have to wait, and of course we get to see how the market is going to play out. So if you go back to daily time frame, you can see how the daily candlestick of course closed. And of course, it's very, very important we get to be patient, because if the market, if that is at daily time frame, if the candlestick gets to close below here, we could be looking more of potential selling opportunities, because you can see this is literally double tops. And of course, if you get to pull, that is our Fibonacci, this could be around 0.618. So it's very, very important that you get to pay attention to that. Hopefully, so we are looking the opportunities that we are looking at. If the market for the daily gets to close above this point, and of course gets to retest at lower time frame, maybe 1 hour 30 minutes, we'll be looking for buying opportunity. But if the market gets to show potential of sellers coming in, and of course it gets to close below these candlesticks, and of course we have an engulfing candle, and of course it gets to close below this zone, for that case we could be looking for potential selling opportunities. That is potentially maybe tomorrow, or maybe late today, but we have to wait and see how things are going to play out. So that's for the case of the Gbp USD. So let me just go ahead and get to pull another pair. Basically, Euro USD is similar to that. It's almost similar to that. You can see the market, of course, made these are double top over here. These are double top. So let me just go ahead and get to delete this huge. Let me just close this one. So literally, you can see that's exactly what the market is doing. When the market is below this zone, of course, we are looking for selling opportunity. When it's above this zone, we are looking for buying opportunity. And since it's still below this zone, we could be looking for potential selling opportunities. But literally, if you go to weekly time frame, let's go to weekly time frame, we get to see how last week closed. And of course, you can see it closed with a strong engulfing candle. And of course, the problem is we have some wicks over here, and that zone, it seems to be very, very strong. But let's wait and see how this week is going to play out. But remember, if for the day we get to close below this zone over here, we could be looking for potential selling opportunity after the market gets to break this zone, and of course gets to retest on the lower side. We could be looking for potential TPs to be around this place. But we have to wait, and of course we get to see how things are going to play out. So for the 4 hours time frame, that's exactly what we are waiting for. So you can see I literally have this arrow, so I'm looking forward in case this market gets to break to the lower side. I could be looking for retest over here at this psychological level, which is 1.166, that is 1.16000. And of course, for that case, we could be looking for selling opportunities up to this region over here. So we have to be really be patient when it comes to that. So that's for the case of that is Euro USD. Of course, if the market gets to break to the upper side, we'll have to wait for a retest. Literally, I do trade breakout and retest. In case that is the market gets to break to the upper side, we'll have to wait for break and retest. And of course, we get to look for potential more of a buying opportunity, maybe to around this place, which could be a psychological level, which is around 18, that is 18, 1.1800, somewhere over there. So basically, that's what I'm waiting for. So we have to wait. We get to see how the market is going to play out. So that's for the case of the Euro USD. So let's come back to the weekly time frame for NZD Japanese yen. So let's look at what we have over here. So at weekly time frame, so let me just go ahead and get to delete this big zone over there. So what we're looking at right now, we have a couple of psychological levels. So how did the week close? That is last week. You can see the candlestick last week it was really bearish, but generally if you get to look at how these how the entire the market structure, of course, how the market is forming, you can see literally this market made some new these some new double tops. And of course this market has been bearish on an uptrend, but recently you can see we saw sellers coming in strong. And of course since we have a zone over here at weekly time frame, a very strong zone, whereby we get to see whenever the market is above this area, it gets to that is buyer gets tends to be a bit strong. When the market is below that area, we can see sellers are a bit strong. So with that, we have a zone over there. So let me just go ahead and get to switch that on. So we have this zone over here. Sorry. So we have that zone. Let me narrow down to daily time frame. So we have this daily time frame right here. So for the daily time frame, literally, you can see the market has been making just made a new lower low, and of course, failed to make new higher high. And of course, the market ended up making new lower low. And then from there, guys, you can see we have this zone. We are waiting for this market. You can see whenever the market is below this zone, they are more of a more selling opportunity. And that's exactly what we are looking for at daily time frame. So we are looking for the market to close below this area and of course get to retest before we can go ahead. We get to look for a selling opportunity. And of course I have this rule of mine. Of course, break the rule is equals to no supper. So for that case, if I get to break that rule, guys, I fail to take supper for that day. And since I do love food, that is somehow a punishment for me. So if you get to narrow down to 4 hours time frame, you can see we are waiting for the market. Literally the market at this zone, the market whenever it's below that zone, we get to look for more selling opportunity. But literally, guys, we are looking, we have those second thoughts in case the market gets to break at this region, get to retest, and of course we get to see signs of buyers coming in. We go ahead and of course get to take opportunity towards the upper side. But this one is a bit tricky, and that's why you can see this arrow over here is a bit not bold, while on the lower side we have this strong and bold arrow, meaning there's high probability of that market going to the downside. So we have to really have to wait for a breakout and retest before we can get to make up our decision on whether to take the trade or not. So let's just go ahead now. We get to look into another pair. Literally, there's some potential this week. So we have a couple of pairs that we are watching out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will literally have to skip gold because gold gold of late hasn't really made some clear that is a view on where it really wants to go. So for that reason, you can see like last week it closed very bearish, a very strong engulfing candle. But literally this market has been literally been consolidating around this area, and because I am not comfortable with trading consolidating or ranging market, I prefer going with the option of trending market. So literally gold I'm just watching out, but I'm not looking to take any trades anytime soon. I have better options when it comes to to such trades. So literally for the gold, I won't be looking forward to take any trade anytime soon. So we have these strong. You can see literally the market has been literally been trending, but we are looking forward for this market to change the trend. And of course, once it gets to break this area, we could be looking for potential long-term downward trend. So let's just wait to get to see how things get to play out. So let me just go ahead and get to look into another pair. That one could be USD card. So with the USD card, it's very well outlined, and of course, let me just hide this one. So with the USD card, I can say let's open weekly time frame. The market really closed bullish, very strong engulfing candle. We have a 21 moving average over there. So we are looking for potential some resistance before the market can get to close this point over here. But since we have this long week, we're looking forward whereby the market could fill this week before maybe changing the direction. So we have to really be on the watch out. So that's for the case of the weekly time frame. So we have a zone somewhere here. For the weekly time frame, we have a zone somewhere over here. So it's very important that you get to understand that. So we have a zone somewhere there. Have a zone somewhere over there. Yeah, the zone could be more potentially be somewhere there. Let me just adjust this one a little bit. Somewhere like, let me see, potentially somewhere around there. So these are to show you that for sure this market could face some a hard time going past this area, but we have to literally be patient, and of course we get to see how things are going to play out, because remember, we just do the analysis, we wait for the market to play out. So for this one, because the market really at daily time frame we really saw some strong buyers coming in, we have to just wait, and of course we get to wait and for breakout and retest. Literally we have to wait for breakout and retest, and of course potentially we could be taking our buys at this point right here once this market gets to change. And of course we get to see buyers coming in, because literally that would mean that that market could still be continuing with the uptrend, since we are making new highs and new, and literally we're not making any new lower lows. So let's just wait to get to see how things are going to play out. But generally, we could be looking for more buying opportunities, but we have to wait, and of course we get to see how things get to play out. So basically, those are just a few of the pairs that I'm looking at. If you want to see more of these analysis every new week, don't forget to follow me, and of course be part of this community. Let me know also which other pairs that you analyze every single week, and what you're looking forward to take that with. Peace guys for now.